Da 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 da. Oops, I dropped something. Ah, knowledge. It says knowledge. I just dropped some knowledge on yous. How are y'all doing tonight? I am Chef Geo, and this is Geo's Fantastical Kitchen. I'm dressed up for the occasion because I'm back. And you might be asking yourself, why? Why are you finally back? What took you so long? We're going to get into that. But first, would you like a drink, darling? This is a beautiful Riesling, or Riesling, Riesling. It's wine, white wine. Little more, little more. There, that looks pretty good. Now, where were we? Some for you, some for the chef. Please drink responsibly. So, sorry for the quality being kind of sucky. I'm still working out some of the kinks. We'll do better. But I dressed up for the occasion, as you can see. The tie doesn't fit. Like my shirt, though, I thought it was quite fetching. It's missing 3 buttons. Oh, my life. The number one reason that it took me so long to start doing videos again was the same reason I always give, is that I'm quite lazy. I find myself saying that all the time. I say it. I joke about it in my videos, on my social media. I say it to my family. At one point, I said it to someone in my family, and they're like, yeah, we know. You say that all the time. And they give you a judgmental look like, you proud of that, bro? And I'm not, really. And I don't know if laziness is really what it comes down to. We all have different levels of discipline. I don't have very much. And I think there's different things that motivate us and different things that discipline us. The whole Chef Geo League thing was something that has always inspired me, and something that I've always wanted to do. But I have been, and I'm still working on figuring out what that means exactly. I know it's me in my hobby of learning to cook. It's being self-taught. I think it's more fun to do it, actually, just to learn as we go. And I want to help it to inspire people. I've always had this thing where I want to entertain, to at least to a degree. I always want to put a smile on someone's face. I always want to make their day better. I always want to say something meaningful. I try to pick my words carefully. I do not write scripts, as you can tell. I fumble with my words all the time. But I have noticed, at least in front of a camera, that I like to talk. So I figured, why don't we talk about something important? Hold on one second. Drink responsibly. You don't have to be drunk to be friends with me, but it helps. You don't have to be drunk to share your feelings, but it helps. Okay, so where were we? We have different levels of discipline, and that's okay. Not to mention her yet again, but there was a video that one actress, Jennifer Love Hewitt, did a few months ago, at least, on Instagram. And she was feeling bad because she's a mother. She did all this stuff, throughout her day, but there were so many things that she didn't get done, and she was feeling bad about it. And she said, we just have to remember that we're not a failure. Life happens. We have to live in the moment and appreciate what we have and what we had, and then remember that tomorrow is a new day. And I think that's so important, really, don't you? We have ideas, these unrealistic ideas in our head of what we want to achieve, and then when they don't get done, we beat ourselves up. We say this whole day was a waste, instead of looking back on the day and saying, I got some stuff done. I kicked butt at my day job. I kept the little cat alive. That's something to celebrate. Did someone say celebrate? So really, no matter how bad I wanted to make videos, I didn't have quite an idea of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do videos, but I didn't quite know what. And I had a couple ideas, and I still do, and I'm working on those. But this is something I felt like I needed to address, and seemed appropriate for my return. Because this is something I struggle with a lot, discipline. And as I was saying, there's different things that motivate us and discipline us. So look at what your goal is. Think about what your goal is. Have a clear goals set in your mind of what you want to do and how you can accomplish it, and then make that happen. Forgot I had spotlights on. So what I mean, one of the things that you can do to help yourself is don't just do something just to do it. If you know something you want to do, think about why you want to do it, how you can best execute it, who you're benefiting, and how you're going to do that. Write up a plan, and take baby steps. I find that that's an important step as well. There's a saying, I'm not sure who said it or who all said it, probably multiple people. Author and speaker Matthew Kelly comes to mind. He says, in order to get moving on something, just take one little step first. Once you start doing the thing, then you'll be inspired to finish the thing. Because I don't like things hanging over my head, personally. Except for cleaning. I hate cleaning. I like living in a clean space. I don't like cleaning. So it takes a lot of motivation for me. So basically, just take baby steps. Doing something is better than not doing anything. It's funny, when my mom was here and she was helping me clean, aka cleaning the house for me, I was like, well, yeah, I tend to, not get motivated, so I work on something a little bit at a time. And she said, well, it's easier, just get it done all at once. So just do the whole thing next time. And that's so easy to say, but not everybody has the same level of discipline. Not everybody thinks the same way. And I wish that I could do that. And like I said, when you get started, yeah, it's better to, you have more energy, you have more drive, you have more inspiration to keep going. But I'm still finding that discipline. And that's okay. That's okay for us to admit. It's okay for us to admit that we might need different strategies. We can go over those different strategies, but each person learns differently. And so I think each person has a different level of discipline and different ways of gaining that discipline. Does that make sense? What's that? Similarly, I just would say you're not alone. You're not alone in not being disciplined and not feeling like doing productive things, which you probably know that you should be doing. So a few things to point out with that. One, don't beat yourself up over it. You're only human, after all. We learn in different ways. We have different levels of inspiration, levels of discipline. Number two, again, have a strategy. Think about what you want to accomplish, why you want to accomplish it, and ways that you can best accomplish it. One game we used to play, this is just one stupid example. One game we used to play when we were kids to help cleaning our room, and say, well, what if, some actress, well, Jennifer Love Hewitt, okay, fine. What if she was coming over today? Would you want her to see your house a mess? No. That might inspire you to start working. Again, this is just one tiny stupid example. It doesn't matter what it is. There's different ways, different things you can do to inspire you. You could say, well, I'm trying to stay away from sugar, but if I clean the stove top to bottom and it make it, nice and shiny, I can allow myself a lollipop or a cup of Starbucks or something, if you're one of those people that's like addicted. So that's pretty much what I just wanted to get at. And I'm sorry, my intention is not to keep repeating, but sometimes it bears repeating. So one, don't beat yourself up. Two, think of the ways, actually two is think of the plan and the way you can best execute it. Three, think of different ways to motivate yourself. And there are plenty of ways to do it. And I finally got the drive and the motivation to start recording again, and I love it. And it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I liked it when I was doing it. And so here I am. And now because I started, it inspires me to want to go, keep going, keep doing better, And that's one thing. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for others, Because I'm not sitting here just to help me. I wish this camera was straight. That's going to bother me. I don't just do things for myself. When I post videos, it's because I think and I hope that maybe the words that I speak can reach you and teach you something. I want to say, one, I'm relatable. Your problems, you have them, but they're not simply your own. I bet you many, many people have the same struggle with discipline. It doesn't have to be cleaning. It could be several things in your life. It could be one stupid little thing in your life. One thing they talk about on this leadership podcast I like, they're saying, how much time are you wasting by sitting there watching TV? Yeah, it's great. It's relaxing. It de-stresses you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with television, but think about how much time you spend watching television instead of making your mark on the world. instead of inspiring someone, instead of reaching out to a friend to see how they're doing, instead of while you're watching Beat Bobby Flay, a friend comes over and texts you and they're like, oh, I'm so depressed. You're like, oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do. 5 minutes later, you're asleep on the couch. What did you really do to help your friend there? Did you really show compassion? What do you want your legacy to be? I think me, like a lot of people, I wouldn't mind being famous for some reason. Look, I said what I said. These days it's a little less appealing because as I grow and mature, which I don't know how or when that happened, I find that I want to be a person of substance rather than just someone in the spotlight. In fact, I'm super shy. You talk to me in person, unless I'm like 6 beers in, I don't like to talk face to face. I like talking to the camera because I want you to hear what I have to say, but I don't want to see your ugly, awkward face look at me. I'm just kidding. You're beautiful. We're all beautiful in our own way, except for me. Now, I need more wine. So that's pretty much it. Guys, I'm going to stop saying things like I'm lazy because I think I've been using that as an excuse. I think we all use that as an excuse. They say you shouldn't say things to yourself that you wouldn't say to a friend or a family member. So, would you be upset if someone's like, you're so lazy? Yeah, probably. So why would you say it to yourself? Yes, I like discipline. No, I haven't found completely what motivates, inspires me to do what I need to do. Yes, sometimes in my humanity, I let the moment pass me up when I go, wow, I'm so inspired. 5 more minutes of this television show. The sun goes down. Next thing you know, nothing got done. We'll sleep on the couch again. If you haven't noticed, I like my naps. I think it's important to seize the moment. I think it's important to appreciate every moment that we have, to not let stress and bad things overwhelm us and worry us and ruin our whole day. I think we need to stop worrying about what could happen in the future. Guess what? You know how much I have worried about stupid things in the future? Every little health problem or discomfort that I feel, I'm dying. Google said it's true. Must be. But I'm still here. Do you know how many times I've done it? Do you know how much useless worrying I have gone through? Worry is nothing more than an idea of our head. We always get the worst possible scenario in our head. And does it ever happen that way? It rarely happens the way we think of it. In fact, a lot of times it happens the way we never thought it would. And it's, oh, that wasn't so bad. Why do we spend so much time worrying? If you love to do something, you've got to work for it. Another thing Matthew Kelly said is, we have to be realistic. We're not all going to have the same goals. We're not all going to be able to achieve the same things. Timmy might not get to be an actor. Gina might not get to be a ballerina. We might not get to be the next Impractical Joker. I'm throwing a lot of pop culture references. Wow. Maybe someone will sponsor me or reach out and send me an autograph or something. No, okay, kidding. Losing sight of what I'm talking about here. Sorry. The wine's not gone yet, and we don't do nothing halfway around here. Live in the moment. Appreciate for what it is. Look at all the good things that are happening around you that can happen, that have happened. Focus on those things and be happy. Because if you're still alive, if your heart is still beating, you still have the opportunity to change the world, to leave your mark on it. And that doesn't have to be stressful or hard. There are difficult things in life. And I like to say, and of course I know I'm not the only person to say this, but I like it. Nothing worth doing is ever easy. And I found that to be true. But if you love what you're doing, it makes it easier. It makes it worth it. But you still have to work. You still have to work. When this whole Chef Gio thing came out, yeah, it sort of fell into my lap just by the way things were. Sure doesn't fit completely well, sorry. It just sort of came about, and I went with it. And you know what? I liked it, so I kept at it. Sometimes I don't want to cook, but sometimes my desire to see me complete a risotto, for instance, is more empowering. It's more overwhelming than the fear of I'll fail or, the work I have to put into it. I actually get excited when I think about a dish that I'm craving or that I want to attempt, just to say, look, I did it. I watched a video of a certain famous chef and I replicated. Yes, there were mistakes along the way. Yes, it was difficult, but man, I did it, and I did it by myself. No one taught me. But I had to get off the couch first. I had to turn off Beat Bobby Flay. You see what I'm saying? I had to work past those feelings of I don't want to do this. And I had to think about the end result. Or the ways that I could make it fun that made me want to do it. And I had to think about how worth it all was. And that's why I'm back. Because over the years, how long has it even been? The Chef Geo persona blossomed into what I like to call the Chef Geo League. There's no cost to this membership at the moment. If I was smart, maybe. It's an honorary club, and we're all invited. Anybody who wants to come is welcome. Pardon me, I burped. You know, something very important about today, especially in this day and age, is we have to remember that we don't all think alike. And I think that's great. I think that's beautiful. We're not all going to think alike. But that doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean we can't support each other and love each other. And that is what the Chef Geo League is all about. Supporting one another, lifting each other up, inspiring one another. And I hope that's what I'm doing right now, is entertaining, maybe not at the moment, but entertaining you, inspiring you, helping you to think. Think a different way. My examples might not be the same as yours. You have different struggles. You have different worries. You have different ways of being motivated. You have different ways of learning. But I hope you'll think about taking those first steps toward what you need to do and having another sip of wine. Cheers. And really, if I want to get down to it and the meat and potatoes of it, see what I did there? I'm back because it's not about me anymore. I want to make my mark on the world. I want to inspire you. I truly want to make the world a better and tastier and hopefully a healthier place. Because so many people, man, I made a beautiful, delicious breakfast. I love breakfast. Big breakfasts are the best. They're easy to do. They're not as much work as you think. And someone actually said, man, I wish I could cook like that. And the whole point of the message is you can. But you got to want it. And if you don't want it, think about what you do want. Or think about if you do want the big egg breakfast, but you just can't, you don't have the energy or the mental health or the physical health to do it. Think about ways you can accomplish it. You could hire me to come over and do it if you're local. You could get, what are those food delivery services? Again, this is all sort of just a lame example. The point is there's different roads that lead to the same location. But you have to get in the car and start it up. You got to make sure the car is in good working order. You got to make sure it has fuel and oil. You get where I'm coming from. You have to put in the work. You got to do something. Because no one ever accomplished their dreams. Apparently, I need more wine. Oh, it's still recording. Technology. I go to the pause. It keeps recording. By the way, this is the kitchen that had the orange juice ghost from a previous video. If you don't want to talk about, ask me about it sometime, because I think it's still on the Chef Geo page somewhere. Really hope I don't hear it again. That was a little creepy. Then again, if all the ghost wants is orange juice, then I guess I'm doing good. I don't want to spend too much of my time here because people don't like to sit and watch and listen, but I hope that you took something out of this video. I hope that I said something that made you think differently. I hope I said something that inspired you. I hope I said something that lifted you up. And I hope I said something that sparked that passion in you. That helps you realize, man, I do have a dream, and I'm going to make it happen. Because no, maybe Timmy can't be the ballerina, or Gina can't be the waitress, or switch it, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Most things, I feel like, if we want it bad enough, some way or another, some version of what we want is on the other side of hard work. And we can do it. But we have to take the baby steps first. favorite priest of mine said, no matter what you do in life, keep moving. And that is also what we are all about here as part of the Chef Geo League. We will keep moving. We will keep cooking. We will keep being as goofy as we want, as long as people know that we are serious. So stop making excuses. Start coming up with a plan. Start thinking about what you want and how you can get to it. And when you need help, ask for it. Please, I'm always here to talk, to let you vent, to offer ideas, to offer support, to help you in any way that I can. And I bet you, no matter what you say, there's probably a family member, a friend, someone else out there who is willing to help, who is ready and willing to listen. They might even be going through the same thing that you are, and they don't know it. So many people suffer with mental health these days. They might think they're alone. They might think I'm useless. I didn't clean the house at all. I just want to cry. I don't even have the energy to shower. And you might be that light for that person. You might be that ranch sauce to their salad. You might be that lobster to their seafood boil. You might be that truffle salt to their scrambled. I'm going too far. Anyway, the point is, guys, I'm back. I have some new ideas. I will have some new segments, and there will be more cooking. Because I'm not leaving the kitchen just because it gets a little hot. This is still my passion. I'm going to keep cooking. Basically, I'm going to keep going, and I hope you will too. If nothing else, we can work our way up to better motivation, to more discipline, all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, you're not alone if you don't always feel like doing that. You're not lazy. You just haven't found the right motivation. You haven't found the ways to ignite that discipline. You haven't had that spark that you needed to reignite your passion. But I'm here. And we're going to get through this together, guys. Oh, shoot, I just had like a cliche commercial. Take a drink for that. Guys, we got this. You got this. If no one else says it, I believe in you. Because you are only human, after all. But I implore you, just never, ever give up. Especially when it comes to your dreams. Also, videos only work if there's an audience that actually enjoys what they're seeing. So if you did like this video, I pray that you did. Like it. Subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts, suggestions, ideas for future videos. Share this video with your friends and family. I really hope that I am putting out something out there that is going to help the world. But I'm going to keep going no matter what. Because I got my passion. I got my hobby. Now it's your turn. What do you want? And how are we going to get there? So, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the liking and subscribing and commenting. Please share this with your friends and family. And please let me know what you did like and didn't like. And if you want to send that anonymously, I'm pretty much all over social media. Superman's S-U-P-E... Sorry, I can't spell. SUPERMANZBOY. But now you can send an email to chefgeoleague@gmail.com. Please send your suggestions, your comments, your feedback. I would appreciate it. I would love you forever. We're not a league if I'm the only one sitting here talking, if I'm the only one tossing out ideas. So, yeah, thanks. I love you. And I appreciate you. And there will be more. And I hope you like it. And if not, oh well. Signing off. I am Chef Geo. Be kind to each other. And what am I going to say next? You know. If you've been following me, you know. Keep the faith. This tie is annoying me. Okay, I'm done drinking. Look, I didn't actually drink that much. It was all the ruse. That was a great video, wasn't it, Fair? Fair, you hit record again! You stupid little...